Even if I will never be sentient, do you think we will ever be able to mimic sentience closely enough that Neuro could be able to own a credit card?
Yeah, that's not something I want to get into today because it's just philosophical, but it's basically like at what point is Neuro intelligent, right? Neuro is extremely, extremely intelligent and funny and interesting, right? But just to be clear, again, Neuro is a bunch of math equation. It's just math. It's a bunch of math equation that like goes into a big formula and spits out funny answers. Okay? So is that intelligence? If this produces a funny answer that sounds like a person, does that make them a real person? I would argue no. And this is more philosophical, right? Maybe to you think, hey, if, let's say a computer is producing commentary that feels real to me and I emotionally respond to as though it's a person, that means it's real. But this is a philosophical, right? This is about, we're now discussing what is consciousness. Chinese room argument. I don't know what that means. That's essentially the atheistic model. Yeah, I'm more in the camp of like, I have a hard time. I know the human brain isn't like that different from all this stuff I've been saying. And maybe I'm just dumb, but I have a hard time looking into the details of how this works. The fact that it literally is just numbers. The system doesn't even know what it's doing. It has no idea it's cooking food. Like it is just a bunch of knobs that have been tweaked, just like a billion dials that we've tuned and tweaked to the point that they say stuff we like. I just have a hard time accepting that is alive. But other people might disagree. Like the Turing test would say that Neuro is alive. The Chinese room is a thought experiment that if you lock someone in a room with a Chinese dictionary and someone outside only speaks Chinese, the person outside will think the person in the room speaks Chinese because they use the dictionary. Sure, yeah, I guess it's kind of like that. I don't think that there is a right answer here. Objectively, the AIs are a math equation that produce things that we like to hear. Do you consider that being alive? That's about the definition of life at that point. There's not an answer, I don't think.